Right now, the focus for Nyanza province alone is beginning to be on returnees as opposed to IDPs, because the IDP numbers have gone low, but those returning into the province, the numbers are going quite high. And this has necessitated us to put up transitory camps, which was something we did not have before. When the numbers got so high, we set up another transitory camp here, which was more or less warm to also cater for particularly the needs of mothers and children. We do not have a lot of internally displaced persons. Right now it's less than 2,000 for Nyanza province. And Western province, it's about less than 5,000. Some of them want to stay 2 or 3 days before they are able to identify their homes, because it's easier to come in a group, but then when people start leaving, then you discover there is that particular group of a few families who basically need time to be helped to trace where their families are. So this is necessitating us to even set up smaller transitory camps in towns where people can stay for 2 or 3 days as they look for their families, or maybe they left years ago, they are not sure whether they will be accepted. So that is tending to be the shift in focus. Last week, we realized that the problem was becoming bigger in the province. We got reports of people who are stranded in Migori, people who are stranded in Kakamega.
The first group who came from Naivasha, if you told them to draw, they were only drawing people with guns and pangas, houses being burnt. That's all they were drawing. But now these ones, I see at least now they are drawing just houses. So the experience is a bit different from the ones who came from Naivasha and the ones who came from Nakuru. Some of them, the stories are very sad. This helps them a lot because at least they are now a bit relieved. After drawing, we are trying to ask them, what is this? This is our house, this is my mom, this is my brother. Some of them are even still here, they have nowhere to go. Like they left their home 20 years ago. They were born in Nakuru, their father, they just have nowhere to go.
We were approximating about 50,000 by the end of the week, but I think overall within the province we will have between 50 to 100,000. The registration is still ongoing. We are still receiving more buses, so the numbers will keep swelling, but we are praying that it doesn't go beyond 100,000, and I don't see a situation where they'll go beyond 100,000 returnees. A lot of them were in the informal sector, employed, for instance, in the flower industries, or they were in the juakali or were hawkers. So basically, they are coming back. There is no guarantee that they have a place to go back to. Some of them are here awaiting transport. Some of them are still waiting to be reunited with their families, and there are various reasons why people cannot immediately go to their families. Some you have to send a counselor first to prepare the receiving family that they are on their way. But there is a lot of counseling needed to help them forgive even what they witnessed, whether it was violence they witnessed. They need to be counseled to even be reintegrated in the communities, and they need to be counseled to restart their lives once again. A lot of peace building activities also need to be done so that people don't sit in their own groups and plan revenge.